What's up? Welcome back. So glad that you're here with me today. My name is Rose Stein. I'm so glad that you have landed on my channel because we are going to be talking about everything that has to do with weight loss. Real weight loss, not like the, oh, I need to lose 5 pounds because I gained it because of COVID. Although if that's your issue, then we can definitely fix that for you too. But really, as a hypnotherapist and a nutrition specialist, and my own personal experience of having gone decades with struggling with weight loss and weight gain and weight loss and weight gain, it was like, what the frick is going on? Why is this so hard? It doesn't seem like it should be so hard. We just eat better and we drink more water and we exercise. Like, why is there the resistance? Like, when I'm not feeling well and I'm sick, I really want to go out and I want to exercise. When I have the time and the space and the health to go exercise, it's like literally the last thing on earth that I want to do. So like, what is it? So many people wonder, what is the mystery of actually losing the weight and keeping it off? And for women who have struggled for years and even decades with this yo-yo dieting, off and on, gaining the weight, losing the weight, and they keep doing it over and over, even though they don't want to. Even if we know what we should be doing, there's something getting in the way. So I'm going to demystify that today, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what is going on and how to bypass that so you can actually get the results that you are looking for. Feeling comfortable and confident in your body, feeling confident with your food choices, being able to put on the clothes that you want, having peace of mind around food. Yes, hallelujah. These are the things that seem like a mystery. Like, how come it's easy for everybody else and I freaking struggle with it so much? All right, so let's talk a little bit about what that is and how we can get around it. Because the reality is that nothing is as freaking challenging as food. And, there's a reason for that. I mean, if you really think about other sorts of things that people struggle with if they try and stop doing, like drinking or smoking or gambling or any of those things. Like, not only do you not need those things to survive, because obviously you have to eat to survive. However, there's another little thing. So have you ever been like super motivated to lose weight? You found the diet that you wanted to do. Maybe you even like joined a program or got some help or whatever it was. You got all the food, all the plan, and you scheduled out for the entire week, maybe even the entire month. You've got your breakfast and your lunch and your dinner and your snacks and whatever it is. You've got your workout plan. You're like super motivated. You're like, you totally, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing all the thing, right? And then you go to work and there's like that candy jar and you're like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm cool. And you walk right past it. 10 minutes later, you got to do it again. 10 minutes later, you got to do it again. But you're like, I'm strong, man. I got this. And then it's somebody's birthday and they bring like cake or cupcakes or like whatever to the office party. Or maybe it's even like one of your kids' birthday parties and you got to like make the cake yourself. Oh my God. You're like, okay, but you know what? Like, I knew that this was coming. I planned for this. Like, I got this. Like, it's no big deal. Like, you say no, or maybe you have a bite or whatever it is, or you plan yourself something that's got no sugar in it, and you're like, okay, I got this. But there is nothing quite like the knock on the door. Just when you thought you had it all figured out. And all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. You answer the door and it's the sweetest little old lady from down the street. And she's holding this like lost, cutest little puppy dog. And standing next to her is this little girl with these pigtails that reminds you of yourself when you were a little girl. And she's standing there with those big, cute eyes and a plate full of cookies. And she says, we're raising money to save this little puppy. We baked homemade cookies. Will you please buy some? You just go, what the F is going on here? There is no other addiction on the planet where people use the cutest little things like puppies and children to try and get you to put the thing in your body that you don't want in your body, that doesn't work, that makes you crazy, that makes you angry, that makes you overweight. It's causing diabetes and high blood pressure and weight gain and frustration and depression and just name it. Just name it. It's crazy. All right, so how do we take back control of our own lives, of our own bodies, so that that moment when the sweetest little thing in the world is offering you that thing that you know doesn't work for your body, what do you do? What kind of defense do you have? Because obviously you're going to give the money. Right? You're going to give the little girl whatever you got in your purse, and that's totally fine. So there's a couple ways to navigate that in the moment. Obviously, you can take them, you can give them to somebody else, you can throw them away, you can eat them, but I don't recommend that. You can say thank you so much. I don't want, maybe that's a little bit aggressive. Say thank you very much. I'm going to let you sell the cookies to somebody else, but I'm so happy to support your cause. Here's 20 bucks. There's lots of different ways to navigate that kind of experience. However, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what do I actually do in the moment. What I do as a hypnotherapist is I backtrack, right? Backtrack to the actual framing of life experience, the framing of who we are and what it means to be us, and why we have even set out on a weight loss journey, and what it means to begin to structure our internal world so that doesn't matter what happens or doesn't happen in the outside world, we are not triggered by that any longer. This is the gem. This is the magic. This is what we've all been looking for, because we can't hide in a cave from the puppies and the little girls with the homemade cookies with the cute little grandma, right? We can't hide in a cave. Those things are going to happen. We can't, go around telling everyone, put the candy away, put the candy away. I'm coming. You got to put it all away. That's not what we want. And that's not actually what we need to do. However, if we backtrack, we begin to understand the way that the body actually functions and what it needs and the signals that it's giving, the way our subconscious mind has been programmed since the time of our birth, and the way that our conscious mind, with the input that we get from the world and our intentional thinking and planning and preparing for our life, sets us up for success or sets us up for failure. So there's a couple of things that I really want you to understand that is going to be so powerful and helpful in your journey. Three main things to really identify and make some of the changes that you want to make. And once you understand this, your weight loss journey is going to be thousands of times easier, way, way easier. Okay, so first off, our subconscious mind loves habit. It loves repetition. It loves to understand and to be able to expect what's coming next. It is very soothing. It is very calming to all parts of the mind and the body when we have an expectation and that expectation is fulfilled. There is nothing better in the mind or the body than being right. Right? Exactly. We all like to be right. Now, whether we're right about the awful things in the world or we're right about the awesome things in the world, it doesn't matter. We just like to be right. We like to have that expectation fulfilled. So one of the ways that you can really, really help yourself on so many levels, and so that the inner dialogue and that chitter chatter, I call it the itty bitty shitty committee, tends to soften and calm down and actually support you in your efforts, is by having a plan. And now it's not just any plan. You can't have a plan like, I'm going to stay on this diet until I lose 50 pounds. That might take a year, right? Your brain can't even fathom the person that you're going to be in a year. That is way too far in the future. That is way too many commitments for the brain to even comprehend. It cannot even do it. It is really important to keep it super simple and keep it in the day that you are living. This one little 24-hour period is just about as all as the brain can handle. Well, actually, it's more probably like a 12 to 16-hour period, because that's the time that we're awake. And then we're actually sleeping for like 6 to 8 or 10 hours, depending on your sleep cycle. So you're sleeping like almost half the day. So that is how important it is for the brain to have some time to regenerate and to rejuvenate. It can only handle so much in one day. So when you take the time to actually plan and prepare your breakfast, lunch, and dinner of what it actually is, not like, oh yeah, I'm going to eat healthy, or I'm only going to have cabbage soup, or I'm only going to, drink whatever so I don't have to actually think about it. Yeah, that's nice, but that's not setting you up for success. You got to actually plan what it is that you know is going to be right for you when you're actually at your ideal weight. Whoa, take a step back, right? That's powerful. If you did not really hear that, retrack. Actually, I will repeat. Think about the way that you'll be eating, drinking, and thinking when you are at your ideal weight, whatever that weight is. And I mean, obviously, like when we get to that exact number, I mean, people don't actually get there and stay right there, but your weight range, it's like, oh yeah, I remember being in the 140s, like that feels good. So like my clothes fit right, my energy is good, like that is a good weight for me. Okay, so what will I be eating, drinking, and thinking? Am I going to be like freaking out and trying to diet and fast and cleanse and like get weight off quick? No, because I'm already at my ideal weight. So what am I going to be doing? Oh, well, gosh, I'll probably be having breakfast, lunch, and dinner because that is my body needs food at certain intervals. Okay, so what will I be having for breakfast and lunch and dinner? Okay, well, if I just eat like that and I just drink that water and I just do the kind of movement that I'll be doing at that time, oh my God, if I set up that habit now, if I begin to figure out what needs to happen mentally, emotionally, physically in my life, so that by the time that my weight actually catches up to my habits, I won't ever have to think about it again. Boom! Boom, right there. That's the magic, ladies. You don't ever want to have to think about this again. If we begin eating right now, eating, drinking, and thinking, the way that we'll be eating, drinking, and thinking when we're at our ideal weight, that habit will be so ingrained. By the time that you get there, you'll be able to stay there so easily because all of that information, all of that habit forming, all of that every single day being intentional and planning and preparing, having that breakfast, that lunch, that dinner, making sure that it's full of fresh, alive, and vibrant foods, that it's got all of the food groups. I've got a little carbohydrates, it's got a little fat, it's got a little protein, and it's full of vitamins and minerals and water and all kinds of amazing things, then all of that intention moves from the conscious part of our brain where we have to make decisions and we have to decide and we have to plan and we have to prepare. And it seeps down into the subconscious mind because the subconscious mind loves patterns. It loves habits. It loves to know what to expect, and then it will give that to you every single time over and over again, as long as you, with your conscious, intentional mind, create that habit and create that pattern. So start doing that now so that by the time your body then is like, okay, I'm getting it, because your body is responding to the actions that you're actually taking, but your actions are dependent upon what you're thinking. And if what you're thinking is, I just need to get this weight off really quick, so I'm going to starve myself, that's not sustainable. There's no way to create a habit of that. Well, actually, you probably have. If you've been doing cleanses and diets and diets and cleanses and cleanses and diets and resets and cleanses and diets and resets, and you keep doing that over and over again, you keep getting the same result of you get the weight off, you lose it, you gain it back, yo-yo, you've created that habit. Good news, you can create a different habit. That's why it's so easy to go back into that cycle, because you created the habit. Again, good news, news flash. You're still alive, which means you still have a conscious, intentional mind. You can still create habits that sink into the subconscious mind, because that's its job, is to notice things that are happening habitually and grab onto them and create a pattern for you so that it's easy. It makes it easy. And then your body, of course, is going to respond. Once that's the habit of eating, drinking, and thinking, your body's eventually, sometimes quickly, and it happens like that. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time, but eventually always, quickly or slowly, your body will always respond to what you're eating, drinking, and thinking, and what your continuous habit is. Whew. That was it, ladies. That was the jam right there. Okay, so the three main things. One, plan and prepare success for yourself on a consistent basis. Number two, make it so habitual that your conscious mind only has to do it so many times before your subconscious mind picks it up as a habit and then gives it back to you so freaking easy. And the third thing is give yourself some space and time. Your body will respond just like it responded to the other habits that you did of the not eating so well, of the going on the diets, of thinking negatively about your body. Your body responded, and it's letting you know, right? If there's overweight or dis-ease in any way, or any of those like crazy medications from lifestyle diseases, that's because your body responded in time to what you were eating, drinking, and thinking. So as we wrap all of those three together, the main idea is to think about what it is that you'll be eating, drinking, and thinking when you're at your ideal weight, right? That time where it's like, all of the changes have already been made. That's called future pacing. So you look into your future and you go, okay, what is it that I actually want? What is it providing me? Because it's not just weight loss, right? There's peace of mind around food. There's habits that are consistent. There's water. I'm sure there's some kind of exercise. There is the way that you think about your body and the way you think about food and the way that you structure your daily life where it's easy. And then take that back into the moment now and begin to create those habits one at a time. You can't do it all at once. Sorry. Begin to create those habits one at a time and know that you are well on your way. Okay. I love you so much. So much fun being here with you as we will continue as the days and the weeks go by. So make sure that you subscribe. You like what I'm doing. If you have a question, if you have a comment, let me know. If you want to know more about what it is that I'm talking about or another topic, let me know. Make sure that you like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss a thing. I'm here for your health, for your weight loss, for your best life. Where you are comfortable and confident in your body, because gosh darn it, every woman deserves to feel comfortable and confident in her body. I love you so much. I'll see you later.